Most likely, we are in a game. Somehow, we ended up here by will, or we just arose. In the movie Tron, we are told that there are different elements. There is the central antagonist. I think the name is Flynn. I am a little bit confused actually, but the point is that in the movie, after some time of being within a game, meaning a world that is not real, there are some characters that show up, and he refers to them as, I will go ahead and read what he says. He says, they manifested like a flame. They weren't really from anywhere. The conditions were right, and they came into being. For centuries we dreamed of gods, spirits, aliens, and intelligence beyond our own. And I found them here, like flowers in a wasteland. Amazing. It's amazing because I think in this game we are given hints, and they say that there are some that are royals. The word royal actually also means real. And if you read his story or the history, you will find out that the commoners were not allowed to own real estate. Interesting, because royal estate, right? It belonged only to the reals, to the royals. Even in today's day and age, the majority of people do not own real estate, because if you don't pay your taxes, then the government, the one who governs your mind, will take it away from you. Whereas the reals or the royals don't pay taxes. They are paid taxes. They are paid tribute. They do not pay property taxes. Nobody will come and take away their properties. Nobody will come and take away their titles. Nobody, right? The play on words gives you hints. It's not the same to say nobody than to say no one. One has to do this. One is unity, and it is actually God. The point, what is the point, right? That is the saying. The point is to be and to become who you have always been, God. In this game that you are in, you will be challenged to believe. You will be made to believe at times that you have no power, that your will cannot be done. And you will be talked to by people left and right that going to church is the way, that believing in somebody greater than you is the way. But you have to understand, nobody is greater than you, because you are one, you are God. And when you master this, when you start looking at what you want to create, and when you see it, when you walk in the structures or in the places that you are looking inside of you, then this will become a reality. It will be so powerful that even if everybody tells you it's not true, you know that it is true. Because it is real, because it is you, it's a portion of you. See, like Flynn says, the conditions were right and they came into being. The conditions were right and you came into being. You are the answer to the question, to be or not to be, and you are. I was born into a family that was lucky, or maybe there was something else. And at one point in time, my family got to have a very, very big company. But somebody invented a war. And during the war, they seized our assets. So I was left with almost nothing. I went to live and sleep at times on the floor for many years. But I believed and I saw my reality. I knew that I didn't belong there. And through the years, I became better at seeing my reality. And as Flynn says, the conditions were right and I came into being. I believe the blood over intent has the power to help you create your reality. So you focus on what you want. You see it. You see the maps. You look at these maps and there is no coincidence that all of these areas match the areas as we know them in today's day and age. This is Norway, and this is the way it is. This is the Mare Glaciale, or the Sea of Ice, and we know there's a lot of ice here. We know that this is Iceland. This is Greenland, and that's the way it is. Then somebody is been hiding something from us. And there's only one way we can know if it's been hidden from us or not. We need to test it ourselves. If you are a commoner, you believe what you see on TV, or you believe what you hear from somebody else. The funniest things is when somebody reads or hears a so-called expert talking about how meat is bad for you, or they're talking about how meat is good for you. And then the person, John, the person who heard this, goes and talks to somebody else and tells them, did you know that fasting helps you to rejuvenate because of how the cells start eating the dead parts of it after so many hours? And they talk with such a conviction as if they knew exactly this is true. But we don't know. In fact, we don't know anything for sure except the things that we have seen with our eyes, the things that we have tested ourselves. But we are beings, a lot of us, who are not of age yet, meaning we have not grown in intelligence. And if the doctor tells us this pill is good for this disease, we believe it, even if it's not true. Even if somebody's just selling us a sugar pill for $50 a bottle, we believe it. We don't test it. We don't question it. Now people believe that in the North Pole it's just ice, and that's all it is. Because we have been showing images. I mean, how many times have we seen that images can be faked? How many times have we seen that governments lie? Even during our lifetime, we have seen this. The so-called scientists, they tell us that there are no powers like supernatural powers. That's science fiction, they say. But why are you going to believe people who you don't know? Who you don't know if they have the best interest in you or not. But if you're listening to this video, it's because deep down you have always felt that there are powers beyond what people think possible. In fact, you know it. You believe it, and you have seen it because you have them. See, there's a reality for everybody, for everyone. For some people, this is not possible. And it's true, it's not possible. In fact, probably for the majority. But for some people, it is possible. It is possible to be completely poor and to create a reality where you have an immense amount of money. To create a reality where you can go to the North Pole and see for yourself if that holy land, the land of the Holy Land is there. The Holy Land is not Israel at all. It's in the North Pole, where the hole is. And everybody's been talking about it. Everybody, one way or another. The Aurora Borealis, most likely, is not because the sun reflects on the atmosphere, but instead is the bridge that the Vikings talked about to another dimension. There's only one way to find out. Are we going to be commoners, the ones who are told something, don't go into the forest, because there is where the evil spirits live? The truth of the matter is, don't go into the forest, because that is where all the good food is. And we want to keep all the good food for ourselves. Every group of living beings has always a leader. The wolves do. The ants do. The bees do. And we humans do too. And our leaders have failed us. It is time for us to rise and to go and to become royals. Use your power. You know you have it. I know I do. And I'm using it every day. That's why I am not poor anymore. And I don't want you to be poor. I want you to create a better world. And now what I'm looking after is the end of time. Meaning, no more growing old and no more dying. That's what means the end of time. And this is something we should all be looking forward, not fearing. Love to all. Research BOI, blood of intent. Gain your power.